And right now I'm going to pass this back to Amy Mayer, who's going to give you some 11g announcements.
All right, thanks so much, Christian. There is certainly a lot of content and information to cover when we talk about OBIEE and 11g, as well as the EPM integration. And so, certainly as we are going through this, feel free to provide feedback if there's specific topics that you would like us to explore further on some of our webinars. I am in the process right now of putting together our webinar schedule for the first 4 months of 2011. And I've got a number of different topics that I'm currently looking at and trying to determine what priority I should put within those topics to kind of line those up. But if you have some input and there's some topics that you want to hear about, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at info@biconsultinggroup.com, and we can certainly take your input and utilize that when we're putting together the schedule. Some quick announcements. We do still have some workshops coming up on OBIEE 11g. Next week, November 7th in New York, November 8th in Boston, and November, goodness, these are all December. November is long gone. So December 7th in New York, December 8th in Boston, and December 9th in Philadelphia. And those are next week. And after we complete those workshops, we are going to be starting a series of workshops on the BI applications for the next 6 to 8 weeks, targeting a number of cities all over the U.S. Webinars, so December 16th, we are going to be doing a comprehensive webinar on OBIEE 11g, basically a 10g to 11g upgrade. Lots of content, screenshot, step-by-step screenshot of what it actually looks like to do an upgrade, so you don't want to miss that. We did publish today out on our website a readiness questionnaire. So if you're interested in, thinking about your upgrade from 10G to 11G, if you're currently a 10G customer, go out there and complete the questionnaire, and we can certainly start helping you plan what your roadmap will look like and what your overall plan will be moving to OBIEE 11G. I will say that questionnaire is 20 questions, and some of the questions do get a little technical, so make sure you have the right folks with you when you do fill out that questionnaire, and you don't want to get tripped up on some of the questions. And if you do go out to the questionnaire and you don't know, feel free to just put what you do know in all of the questions. All the folks that fill out the questionnaire, we will be doing a follow-up call with one of our solution engineers to kind of go through the content and the information and help you start to put together your roadmap. And then, as Christian noted at the beginning of the session, our OBIEE 11g classes are now available. They are online for you to register. They're currently available in 2 different formats, the virtual training as well as on-site training. And today we did launch our year-end training promotion, which we do annually. And this year the training promotion is for virtual and on-site training classes. It's 30% off savings for any prepays for any training in 2011. And then for any CDTs or BICG Impact or BICG Identity, it is a 50% savings. So feel free to go out there on info@biconsultinggroup.com and take a look at that. Finally, from my perspective, I want to announce the winners of today's free training credits. And these are training credits good for any 10G or 11G classes. And we have here Bill Shaw from Goldman Sachs and Thomas Fasher from Excellent. So we will be sending you guys an email with your codes to register for your free training classes. And congratulations to both of you. And on that note, we did receive some questions during Christian's presentation today. So I'm going to hand it back over to Christian, and he'll go ahead and answer some of the questions that we received.
Hey, thanks, Amy, and congratulations to those winners of the university training classes. They're great classes, so congratulations. Yeah, so we received a few questions that came in, all good, and I think we've got a few that were submitted around the topic of that patch for OBIEE 11g and which version of Essbase to support. So With the 11.113 patch, no, it is not out on the Oracle support site. What we've been told is that you have to work with your Oracle rep, and really they have to find a need for you to have that that patch for 11.113. I think the 9.3.3 patch is out there on the support site. You just kind of have to locate it. But yeah, from what I understand, there has to be a real big use case for you guys to get that 11.113 patch. But definitely, if you're interested in speak to your Oracle rep. We've got another question on any idea if the Cognos multidimensional engine will be supported in the future. Has Oracle mentioned anything in this regard? I haven't heard anything. I know they're trying to get as much support for as many data sources as they can right now. This release, I think, added maybe 6 new data sources that are capable of being leveraged in OBI. So it wouldn't surprise me if towards the middle of next year there's support for Cognos. Do we have any sessions? Next question. Do we have any sessions on OBIEE 11g and Oracle OLAP? We don't have one scheduled yet, but that is definitely a hot topic right now. Looking at leveraging Oracle OLAP and OBIEE, and it's something that I'll talk to Amy about setting up, seeing if that's something that we can do. And just again, keep checking our site for our webinars that are coming around the corner, and maybe you'll see that one here towards the beginning of next year. Another one for the patch. Let me see. Paul says, can you restate why the client wants HFM, Essbase, and OBIEE 11g? Is OBIEE 11g overkill, or what would be the real business value? So, yep, we can actually post that slide, or actually this webinar will be out on our YouTube channel, so you can actually replay the webinar, and you can see the slide that where I was listing those use cases for OBI and HFM integration. Can OBIEE, next question is, can OBIEE use Microsoft SQL Server analysis services as a source? So yeah, I definitely covered that. Via XMLA is the only integration at this point. I think it works for 2005 and 2008. Clearly, those are the versions where XMLA was enabled. So let me see here. Someone had a question on database limits, integrating OBI with Essbase. Will it work with large databases? What if I have a database in terms of 20 terabytes or so? Will the integration be that helpful? That's a question that I think we'd have to dive into a little bit. Clearly, the integration is going to be helpful. It just depends on how you set up your data. I would take that one offline, but if you want to reach out to us at BI Consulting Group, I think we'd be definitely willing to put you with one of our solution engineers and have you speak with them on that topic. We might be able to help you out. And I'm seeing if there's any more questions. And I think that does it. We have a question on ragged hierarchy, but we'd actually have to see how the model works out. And again, we could always do a demo if your organization is interested in seeing some of that functionality. So that is the last question we had right now. And again, the webinar is going to be available on our YouTube channel. It should be out there later this week, if not early next week. So if you want a replay of this webinar, you can definitely go that route and access it there. Thank you, everyone, for joining today's webinar on Oracle BI 11g and EPM integration. Join us for some of our next webinars. Thank you.